So on Easter Sunday, Donald Trump was rage tweeting or rage truthing, I guess you'd say. And he shared some wild stuff, man. Every time something like this happens, my speculation is he just got his prescription refilled of Adderall or that UK version of Sudafed that's a massive upper. Homie is just zooted off his ass cheeks, and I'm sure he's talking to everybody around him 1,000 miles an hour while he's posting stuff on social media. And so here's one example. Trump posts column claiming he's the chosen one in Easter social media blitz. Former President Donald Trump used his Easter morning to share an article claiming he's the chosen one and was sent by God. A Gateway Pundit column by conservative podcaster Wayne Allen Root was buried in a flurry of more than 24 posts by the former president. By the way, it ended up being way more than that. Do you believe in miracles? Root asked in the column. President Trump is that miracle. Root acknowledged that Trump had been compared to Adolf Hitler and the Ku Klux Klan, but the column said Trump's poll numbers were supernatural and biblical. Do you believe in miracles? It's time to start believing. What's happening is supernatural. Everyone is starting to see it. Everyone is starting to believe. The signs are there. Trump is the chosen one. Trump is sent by God and blessed by God. What we are all witnessing is the Trump miracle. And then they go on to show that Trump's hawking Bibles. We talked about that recently. So look, yeah, his poll numbers have generally been good, but what they're not telling you is every time there's an actual election, like all the primary elections, Trump underperforms the polls by 7 to 10 points. So that should be a red flag and a warning sign for them. Of course, they don't see it, and they wouldn't talk about it like that. But imagine sharing an article calling yourself the chosen one. Never mind on what's supposed to be one of the biggest Christian holidays, right? We also have this. Trump made 71 posts on Easter morning, not about Easter. This is one of them. So this is a Washington Times article. The crucifixion of Donald Trump. As Easter Sunday approaches, much of the world will commemorate the arrest, death, and resurrection of Jesus Christ, the holiest days, one of the holiest days on the Christian calendar. The crucifixion of Donald Trump. So then when Trump actually got around to delivering an Easter message, here's what we got. In all caps meltdown. Happy Easter to all, including crooked and corrupt prosecutors and judges that are doing everything possible to interfere with the presidential election of 2024 and put me in prison, including those many people that I completely and totally despise because they want to destroy America, a now failing nation, like deranged Jack Smith, who is evil, and sick Mrs. Fannie Wade, who said she hardly knew the special prosecutor, only to find that he spent years loving her long before the Georgia prosecution of President Trump began, and thereby making the case against me null, void, and illegal. And lazy on violent crime. There's like no periods in here. And lazy on violent crime, Alvin Bragg, who, with Crooked Joe's DOJ thugs, unfairly working in the DA's office, illegally indicted me on a case he never wanted to bring, and virtually all legal scholars say is a case that should not be brought, is breaking the law in doing so, Pomerantz, and was turned down by all other law enforcement authorities, and is not a crime. Happy Easter, everyone! 71 posts on Easter. When he finally got around to mentioning Easter, it was this all-caps meltdown. Self-victimization bullshit. Sharing the crucifixion of Donald Trump. Donald Trump is the chosen one. Look, one of the things I was thinking about a lot recently, there was another one of those articles came out which accused Trump of being a cheater at golf. And I sort of went down a rabbit hole. Because I actually have personal experience with this. My friend's dad is a member of one of like the nicest golf clubs in the country. And Trump's a member there too. And this was before he even ran for president. I'm talking in like the early 2000s. He had said to us, I've played golf with Trump. He's a colossal cheater. Again, this is before, it might even be before The Apprentice and shit like that. This was a long, long time ago. And I remember thinking that was really interesting. And then, so I went further down the rabbit hole recently and I looked at, okay, let me look at all these charges. You have Samuel L. Jackson, Oscar De La Hoya, like 3 or 4 other, Anthony Anderson, very well-known celebrities who have played with Trump at one time or another. Some of them have played with Trump in some actual legit events, these like PGA Tour events that include celebrities. So Trump always says he wins his club championship and the senior club championship. But every time he plays in an event where he can't find a way to cheat, he always finishes in the bottom half of the field. Always. So the few times he played in those PGA Tour events, finished near the bottom. But when it's his club championship, now, one of the people who played with him always said, so he has a golf cart that's like significantly faster than all the other golf carts. And what he'll do is like he'll hit first, and they'll hop in the cart and zoom ahead. You're still back there on the tee hitting your tee shot. So there were instances and examples of Trump hit a shot off the tee, hit it in the water. Everybody saw the splash. He hops in his cart, shoots on up there as other people are still on the tee, which, by the way, right off the bat, that's horrible etiquette. You're not supposed to, as they're teeing off, you're not supposed to drive it in front of them. But he does that, and then his caddy will be like, sir, we found your ball. It's right here. It wasn't in the water. There are examples of him kicking somebody else's ball on the green into a bunker nearby. And like, when I went down this rabbit hole, what I found is there's literally no fucking doubt. The guy is a horrible cheater. He does it in events where it actually matters, not just recreationally playing. It's like where you're playing for trophies or playing for money or whatever the fuck it is. There's even video of this, and anybody who's a golfer will know how big of a deal this is. There's literally a video of him driving his cart on the green. Apparently, it's something he does regularly. So now, why am I talking about this? You're probably thinking, well, Kyle, this story was about all the messages he posted on Easter and how unhinged and all that stuff. The reason why I went so deep on this weekend is I wanted to know all the facts about it, but also, it really highlights the kind of person that we're dealing with here, right? Because then when he comes out and says, I'm the chosen one, when he comes out and he posts the crucifixion of Donald Trump, when he does the all caps meltdown and is victimizing himself 24/7, right? You can't trust this guy with power. We already saw what happened on January 6th. We already saw what happened with the fraudulent elector scheme. Their words, not ours. Their words. Fake elector scheme, fraudulent elector scheme. He's already he purged the RNC of all the non-Trump loyalists. Everybody around him is going to be a yes man and a Trump loyalist. There's going to be no more Bill Barrs or Mick Mulvaney's or people there to be like, pump your brakes, we're not doing that. That's gone. That's gone. You cannot trust a guy like this with power. Somebody who's willing to tell that many brazen lies when everybody can see the truth is capable of anything in a position of power. We saw it once already with his 4 years. Now we're getting a little taste of it again now. It's one thing to laugh at it, ha ha, he he, we're having fun. It's another thing when you realize this guy is dead serious. He's as serious as a heart attack. And the retribution tour is coming, right? The abuse of power is coming. The authoritarianism is coming. He lives in his own fucking world, in his own mind, man. There's no telling what he's liable to do. The kind of guy who's liable to just brazenly lie about winning golf tournaments and cheat in front of everybody while claiming he doesn't, like, you have to be seriously disconnected from reality here. This is not something to look at lightly and take lightly. It's just not. It's just not. 71 post-meltdown, all caps mentioning Easter, the chosen one, the crucifixion of Donald Trump, all the stories recently about the golf cheating. It's just like, I'm literally the last guy on earth to make the character argument, right? Like, you need a president with proper character. That's what you need. They have to have the right qualities. Because ultimately, I don't care if somebody has some bad habits or some bad qualities or characteristics, as long as they're getting the job done for the American people. They could be an asshole. They could be a piece of shit. They could be abrasive and tough to deal with interpersonally. I'm fine with all that if they get the job done for the American people. But in this instance, when it comes to Trump, I actually totally buy the character argument. Somebody with this kind of character, it is devastatingly scary to imagine him having that power again. Because there's no brakes in that car. There's no denying it. Hey, y'all, do me a favor and like and subscribe. It helps out big time in the algorithm. Click the bell as well for notifications when videos drop. And watch that video on screen right now. You know you want to.